Welcome back to Texas Weather Live. You are looking at the aftermath of another devastating hurricane that hit the Pacific coast of Mexico. A couple hundred miles south of Acapulco is where it made landfall. We're talking about Erick, and it made landfall late last night as a very strong Cat 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale with winds of 125 miles an hour. I've got some additional video to show you here. There you can see it. It made landfall near the small town of Puerto Escondido. Again, south of Acapulco, a very high storm surge sweeping boats well inland. This is the strongest pre-July hurricane to ever hit Mexico here, and it's the third time in less than 2 years that Mexico's Pacific coast has been blasted by a major hurricane. So just a disaster there, and the hurricane season barely getting underway. So let's take you back in time. This is 24 hours ago when Erick was really getting its act together. You can clearly see that eye in the center and the circulation around it, the powerful eye wall making its way onshore. As the hurricane made landfall, then it interacts with land in some very, very high terrain here. The good news is, well, kind of good news, bad news. Good news is that that high terrain tends to really ravage these storms and rip them apart. The bad news is that tropical moisture gets wrung out by those high mountains, and the result is very intense rainfall and flooding, 10 to 20 inches of rain. There's a look at the path that Erick took, becoming a tropical storm and then rapidly gaining strength. It did briefly reach a Cat 4 strength here, and then just barely weakened as it was making landfall there. Now it's barely a tropical storm north of Acapulco there in the inland areas, and it will continue to weaken here, becoming a tropical depression very late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Meantime, in the Atlantic Basin, it is quiet. No development expected over the next 7 days, and really that's not too unusual at all for us to see our Atlantic hurricane season get off to a slow start. In fact, the average date of the first named storm is right about now, June the 20th, and then July 17th is the average date for the second named storm. And then as we head into August, things really start to pick up, and the hurricane season peaks right around the 10th to the 15th of September. So quite a ways away yet for us seeing that tropical activity on the upswing. Meantime, this is the remnants of flash flooding in western North Carolina. These are the same areas here that were also extremely hard hit by Helene just last year. Landslides, mudslides here. This is Interstate 40, which is the main highway that goes from North Carolina into Tennessee over the Smoky Mountains. And I-40 shut down again due to very high water and those rain and mudslides there. Here's a look at your storm reports over the last 24 hours, and look at the concentration of them here across Indiana into Ohio, western Pennsylvania, northern portions of Kentucky. We've got another video clip here to show you of some of the storms that impacted that area yesterday, and you can see a lightning strike still going on after the storm has passed, after the rain has ended, and you can see that rainbow there as well in the wake of powerful storms that moved through Cincinnati, Ohio. Just a pretty dramatic shot there, courtesy of Kevin Dinan.